All right, welcome to another episode of The Headlinesman. Let's get right into it with where we were this week and where we're going this upcoming week. This week, I had just one game on Friday night as I was in American Fork as they were taking on Pleasant Grove. Great game. I've got the recap highlights for you here in just a second. But let's talk about where we're going this week. Thursday night, I plan on being at Corner Canyon as they take on Alta. I wanted to make sure that I got both these teams in because I feel like as the playoff race gets put together in the final 2 weeks here, these two teams could play a huge part in the 5A state playoffs. Friday night, I plan on being at Summit Academy as they take on Juan Diego. That's a huge 3A North battle, and I look forward to that game. And so let's get to Pleasant Grove at American Fork. All right, let's get started in this game. I want to give you a recap of my thoughts. I want to start out first with Pleasant Grove. The big thing for Pleasant Grove in this game is early on in the first half, their starting quarterback, Jake Jensen, went out with an injury. That was huge. It really impacted every aspect of this game. It really made Pleasant Grove one-dimensional offensively all night. They were able to run the ball pretty well, but they just had a real struggle throwing the ball, especially when their backup came in for the first quarter and a half. He really struggled. He picked it up in the second half and was able to make some plays in the passing game, and they were able to get some points on the board. But really, that injury impacted the whole game and really changed what this game turned out to be based on what I thought it was when I made the decision to go see it. Now, like I mentioned, offensively, Pleasant Grove did have one huge bright spot, and this is a kid that I've taken notice of since early on in the summer at 7-on-7 camps. Dane Christiansen is a very good football player. That's the best way to put it. He's very good. He understands the game of football. He's not a very big guy. He's, kind of short, but he's got some great feet. He's got great wheels. He has great instincts. He plays running back for him. They also tend to put him in the slot at times. He is their big play weapon, whether it's in the run game or throwing it out to him in space. He can play. He's one of my favorite players to watch. He just really understands how to make big plays offensively and help his team put some points on the board. Last point with Pleasant Grove that I wanted to talk about is their defense. Defensively up front, I feel like they played pretty well. They had some issues in their secondary. Their secondary was outmanned and really got outplayed for the majority of the game. That'll be the key for Pleasant Grove as they play out these 2 weeks on how well that secondary is able to play. If they're able to make some plays, get some stops, that'll be huge for them as they close out this season. Now, American Fork. This is actually the second time that I've seen American Fork play this year, and I'm very impressed. I love watching them play, mainly because of their quarterback and their best wide receiver, Chase Roberts. Their quarterback, Boone Abbott, had a huge game, made some big plays with his arm and his feet. That's kind of what I like about him. He's a dual threat kid. He can really do it both ways. He can make some throws, hurt you down the field with his arm, and he can also make plays with his feet. And he did that all night, the other night, and he really, really is, in my opinion, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. Of the guys that I've seen, he's right up there. I can't think of right now one off the top of my head that I really feel is better, but he is definitely up there for sure. The other kid that I mentioned, Chase Roberts, I mentioned him a lot in my preview when I previewed AF at the beginning of the year. What else can I say about the kid? He makes it look easy. If you watch him play, he just catches the ball, gets upfield, gets north and south, makes guys miss. He turns plays that should be 5 to 7 yard gains on a quick slant into 70-yard touchdowns. The kid's amazing. I look forward to watching him at the next level. And again, as a BYU fan, I really, really want to see him play for BYU because I think he can really help that program. Really good football player. And I'm really excited to see how him and this American Fork team can do as they move forward in the 6A state playoffs. Now, with that being said, they've got a huge game this Friday night. They are at Bingham. That game will decide who wins Region 4. And if American Fork wins, they're the outright region champs. And they will get the number 1 seed out of that region. And let's be completely honest, as the way the 6A playoff is shaping out right now, Region 4's top 3 teams are the best teams in the state. I know a lot of people love Corner Canyon. I'll see them this week, so I'll have more information there. But those top 3 teams of American Fork, Bingham, and Lone Peak, all teams that I've actually seen play this year, they are the best teams in the state. And I don't even think it's close. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see how the game turns out for them on Friday night. All right, that does it for this video. I do want to close it real quick with what to look for this week from a video standpoint. I do have those 2 recap videos to look for. Again, Thursday night, I'm at Corner Canyon, and then Friday night at Summit Academy. So look for those, and thanks for the watch, and see ya.